Hey guys, I want to talk about the China thing lately. This is what's going on with China. We are sitting in the middle of a potential war zone here, it seems like. I get a lot of people saying they don't think that this is going to blow up. I beg to differ with you. I've been following the news. I guess they're bringing in a lot of planes here into the Philippines and around the Philippines on ships. A lot of other things. A lot of stuff going on. I don't think this is going to be idle here anymore. We've had one plane that was, I guess, chased out of here. I guess it might have been a drone of some sort. It was doing about 250 knots. It picked up speed to 400 knots with two jets that were scrambled by the Philippines chasing after it, and then I guess it went out over the sea and took off. So that was the end of that. They decided to turn around because it was taken off over the sea. Now, here's the thing. These ships are coming from all over the world, different countries. UK, a whole bunch of other countries were mentioned. Japan, Taiwan, all these different places are getting involved with this. Japan says they ain't gonna put up with this from China. And that's kind of nice. But a lot of countries also over here is starting to say, hey, we need to do like a coalition to keep China off of us now. Like almost kind of like a NATO thing, only over here. With the United States backing, of course. Because they don't know if they can count on the US anymore. And that's what was written in the article. I found that really interesting. Because it shows that nobody trusts spineless Joe anymore. You know, after what happened. And I'm not trying to be mean or facetious when I say that or anything, but here's the take on the way the world looks at what happened over in Afghanistan. In case you guys back home don't know. Countries over here that used to be our allies, or still are our allies, are kind of fearful now that we might fight a war for them up to a certain point and then pull out and leave them hanging. They don't see the United States as having backbone anymore. And I know a lot of you guys disagree with me on that, and I'm not trying to get into politics here so much. But that's the fact. Okay? I'm reading this in articles over here stating the same as what I'm saying. Okay? They're stating that countries are fearful that the US doesn't have the backbone to take on a big war with China. Think about that for a second. If China takes over here, the US has major issues then. Because then we basically already have three superpowers already. Russia, the US, and China. But the US will take like second fiddle then. We'll still be in charge of our little arena, but it won't be as big as it was before. It'll be kind of like Britain. Britain, they used to say the sun never sets on Britain, because it was spread out all over the world, these different little countries and commonwealths that they had. Well, the US doesn't have that so much, but we do have some like places in the South Pacific, and the sun kind of never sets on us as far as our friendships. You know, we can kind of say that, but that might go away at some point in the future, because some of these countries might say, you know what, it might be better off for me to go with China, because they're right next to me. You know, sometimes it's better to be friends with your neighbors than the guy down the street. Think about that for a second. These people are getting worried. You know, the United States has to have a different foreign policy than what we have now. We need to look at our foreign policy. I'm not saying we need to take on every war in the world, but you want to know something? We let this go any place outside of China, even if it's just Taiwan, it ain't going to stop there. I would say, I would even go as far as to think that it's going to go much further. Because it looks like over here, the way they're trying to make friends with all these small countries, that they're going to influence these countries and possibly even bully them later, which some of them are already getting bullied. Just like the Philippines. The Philippines is kind of bullied by China, as is a lot of these other countries here. They get bullied. Even Australia gets bullied by China a little bit. Some of the things that they say to them, some of the things that they do, it's just not nice. It's not cool. Well, that's what we would have to deal with China from here on in. They would just be a big bully, pushing around their communism. You know, you don't like it, we're going to shove it upon you anyway. That's the way it'll become. So it's a fight that we may have to take at some point in the future. And don't think that this isn't going to happen. With all the equipment that we got moved over here right now, or still moving into the country, and around here, and all up around Japan and Taiwan, something's going to happen. I'm sure the United States is getting ready for it. The question is, what will happen? Will it become like World War III where we start firing off nukes? I'm not so sure it'll be like that. I think the first time somebody fires something, that's the end right there. That's a big mistake. One slip up, one little inaction, one little mistake, the whole world becomes a tinderbox for the superpowers. We don't need that in today's world. And for us expats sitting over here, seems like we got a front row seat. And I don't think you're any safer in the US. Because I think if this started, I think things could happen over there too. You know, don't forget, China, they have submarines. Don't forget that. And they have a lot of them. Don't think that those won't be sitting off our coasts. I'm sure we have fast attacks and ships that'll be going around off there if we do go to war. But don't think places like California and even inland are going to be safe, because they won't be. And I'm not sure we have the technology to take care of all that stuff, because once they get close enough, if they ever did, and started firing into the US, then we have to take people from over here in this theater and send them back there in our theater to, guess what? Protect our country there. That's when there's a problem. War games are funny. It's like a chessboard, giant chessboard. We never know what people are going to do. China's a master at their game in some ways because it's a slow game with them. They don't care. They don't care if the war takes 10 years or 100 years. They'll take it slow. But they'll figure a way around it. Even if it means saying, hey, peace, guys. Let's sign a treaty for a while. And then just start buying up things with money. Because guess what? China's loaded with cash. You think the United States is? No, not at all. Some people think, well, the United States is rich. We're not. We're deeply in debt. And guess who we're in debt with? China. So that's where we're at, guys, with this. You know, just FYI, we got to be worried about this war. And this is something, I usually try to stay off these topics, but this is getting big, really big. And look into it, guys. Read articles, go on YouTube, look for news pieces on it, and start following it, especially you guys in the Philippines right now. It's time to get worried. If you guys back home wishing to come over here, be careful what you wish for at this moment. We don't know what we're getting ourselves. You don't know what you're getting yourselves into. This could be a war zone. Might be cool to just wait it out and let it chill a little bit. Or you could be like me and have the front row seat. For me, I don't care if I'm home or back in the US or home over here. This is my home now. You know, if something happens, it happens. It's the way I look at it. You know? At least I died happy. Some people might say, well, Steve, that's kind of crazy saying that. No, that's the way I feel. You know, it's just the way I feel. I think in this world, if we go down this avenue that we're heading into, might be in a better place. You know, who knows? The world's just getting too crazy for me with all this stuff going on. And it's hard to keep ahead of all this stuff. You know, just seems like it's lost its sunshine. The world has lost its sunshine in some ways, in some respects. It's happiness, it's freedoms. That's why, I'm happy here. You know, I'll stay here and try to take my happiness away. It ain't gonna be easy. I'd go down fighting for sure. You know, I love the Philippines. I love this country, and I love my family here. I was thinking about going back for a while, and I kind of bounce back and forth sometimes. But then I worry about my girlfriend and the kids. What would they do? I'd have to send them cash all the time, and sometimes might not be a way to send cash if there's something going on over here. So somebody has to be here. But anyway, guys, I hope that things don't go the way that they seem like they're going. God bless, guys. Take care.